Hello everyone, this is Sanjani. Welcome to Android application development tutorial. In last session, we saw basics of Android and today we will work in Android Studio. Okay, to work in Android Studio, we need to download Android Studio from any browser. So open your browser and click on Android Studio download. Go inside any link and you will get download button here. Just click on this. You will get a list of terms and conditions. Please go through it, and once you are done, please click on the checkbox and click on download. It will take some time. Please be patient. Okay, I just copy and paste the downloaded file in my desktop. Just click on it. Getting installed. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Click on next. Next. This is your folder. Next. And let it be installed. It will take some time. Okay, I think it is finished. Click on next, finish. The studio getting open. You can see the progress bar here. Okay, we are going to work in new project. So click on start a new Android Studio project. You can see many templates here. First, we will select empty activity and click next. Here you are going to define your name, package name. I'm going to give it as activity. No, it will be confusing. Use some other name. Sample new. Okay. You can see our package name sample new here. This is the complete package name, and the name should be start with caps only. Okay. Our name, our file getting stored in D colon. If you want, you can change. In previous session, I said we will use two languages. One is Kotlin and second is Java. I'm going to use Java, so click on Java. And this is for API files. When you click on this, you can see number of API files. And it starts from 4.0. I'm going to use 9.0. So click on finish. don't click on any tab until Gradle file getting built. You can see the progress bar here. Okay, it's fine now. Okay, this is our Android setup. This is default. Okay. You can see two folders, app and Gradle. This Gradle file is all about default, and this app file contains three packages: manifest, Java, res, which means resource. Today we will see about Android manifest.xml. Then we will see one by one. So just click on Android manifest.xml. Okay, you can see coding here. Okay. So every app project must have Android manifest.xml file at the root of the project source set. This manifest file describes essential information about your app to the Android build tools, Android OS and Google Play. Okay, manifest file is used to declare the followings. Let us see one by one. First is for package name and application ID. You can see package name here, which we created, and the application ID will be in this Gradle file. Okay, you can see the application ID. Okay, this is also same as our package name. Okay, first the Android manifest file. For example, the manifest file root element requires an attribute for your app's package name. For example, in this code, the root manifest contains the package name com.example.sample name. Okay. While building your app to final application, we call it as APK, which is our output file. The Android build tools use the package attribute for two things. Okay. It applies this name as the namespace for your app generator, this main activity Java. Okay. This is our package name, and this main activity the Java should come after this. Okay, which is used to access your app resources. For example, main activity class is created at the end of the package name, which means this one. In default, here it will take this package name here. So it is simply defined here dot main activity dot Java. Okay. And the name in the manifest package attribute should always match a project's base package name, where you keep your activities and other app code. Once the APK is compiled, the package attribute also represents your app's universally unique app ID, which means this one. So it says that package name and application ID should be same. First it will come through package name, and once we will finish the app, it will go to application ID. Okay, after the build tools perform this task, they replace the package value with value given application ID, which is in build Gradle. Okay, so the final value for the package attribute must be universally unique, because it is only way to identify your app in system and Google Play. So these two must be same. Okay, you may get confused if the package name in manifest and application ID in build Gradle gets changed, but if you keep them same, you have nothing to worry about. Okay, again go to Android manifest. You can see app components here: activity, intent filter, action, category, we call it as app component. If you subclass any of this component without declaring it in the manifest file, the system cannot start it. Okay, the name of your subclass must be specified within the name attribute, which means here. Okay, within the name attribute, here, sorry, I missed here. This is as our class. Okay, using the full package designation. Actually, in default, this com.example.sample new will come here, but we simply define it as dot main activity. And second thing, uh, all the permissions, like if your app needs to access phone camera, contacts and networks, etc., the Android app must require permission to access it. So each permission is identified by a unique label. For example, um, if you are using camera in your app, we need permission for this. Okay, you can define it here. Users permission, no, it's not here, it is here, it is out of application. Okay, users permission, you can see here, users permission, click on this, you will get the name in default. Okay, you can see many permissions here. You can see network state is for accessing your network, Wi-Fi is for Wi-Fi, and you can see camera, send SMS, you can see send SMS, send receive SMS. Yes, we click on camera, you can see camera here. Okay, click on this, and you need close tag here. Okay, for example, if you are asking permission for network state, you click on it. I can go users permission and click on access network or network. You can see network state or internet. You can give both. Okay, I am using access network state, so this will enable permission. Okay, these are the basic things we need to know in Android manifest, and there are some other things are there, but I can explain it only we are delve into project. Okay, so next we will see build Gradle. This build Gradle file contains predefined format for we can suppose if we are using image in our file, we have to import glide library. We are using glide library for image. To import glide library, we have to add some dependencies here, which is default in Google. You can go to browser and you browse it and paste it here. You can, and the important thing, it should be in latest version. um, okay, if I am using card view, okay, I just go to browser and click on deep dependency for network connection is there. Okay, I'm using card view. Okay, dependency service and dependency for card view in Android. Click on this. Okay, you can see the current version of CardView. It is 1.0.0. You can see the dependency here. Okay, you need to just copy and paste it in your dependency. Same way, We can use it for recycler view, image, JSON, or network state, and so on. Okay, this is only for dependency. This you can understand one by one while doing project. I know it is little bit confusing. Okay, but these two are very important file in every project. If the version gets changed, your project won't run. Okay, you see, I'm using 9. I mean or pi. That APK level is 29. The target SDK version is 29. So these are all default. You no need to define anything. Okay. So if you change anything in this file, you need to sync it. So you can find messages here. If the build Gradle is success, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you need to fix it. See, configure successful. Okay. So everything is fine with this file. So these are the two important files. Um, I repeat it again. We use this file to define activity and for permission. These are the two important activities, and some more are there, but these are only the two main thing we need to define. And buildgradle.app contain whatever we are going to implement in our function, we need to define here in dependency. Okay, it is very simple. You can find it in Google, the latest version. So these are two important files. Okay, next Java. You can see our main activity. This main activity is here. Okay, this main activity I will explain it in next session. Okay, activity.xml. So every Java file contains XML file. This XML file is a file we are going to see it in output, which means in our device. Okay, you can see no devices here. If I am connecting my mobile, you can see my mobile there. Okay, currently my mobile is connected. This is a sample activity for Hello World to display Hello World. Okay, you also connect your mobile and you can run it. If I click on this run button, I will receive a build file in my mobile. Okay, you have two more ways to see this output. Suppose if I click on build to bundle APK, build APK, it will generate a APK file. You can see the APK file here. Okay, you are receiving dialog box. You can see locate. Okay, if you click on locate, you can see a APK file in a local. Okay, just copy and paste it in your mobile anywhere. I'm copying it in phone, okay, in outside. Okay, paste. So you can see APK file here. Already have a file. Okay, you can see the APK file here. You can open folder in your mobile, and if you click on this, it is asked for install. If you install that, your app will be installed in your mobile. Then you can click on view it. In default, there is a Hello World program, so you can try it by yourself by connecting your mobile or generating APK file. And that is another way to view a result, that is virtual device, creating virtual device. Okay. uh, I will teach you how to create virtual device in some other sessions. If you have any doubt, please ask in comment section. Okay, I hope this video is useful. In next session, we will see coding on Java and XML5. Okay, if you like this video, please like. For more courses, please like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you.